We know that when a drought occurs, there is acute shortage of water. As water supply is reduced, reservoirs become empty, wells dry up, and there is widespread damage to crops. Let us look at some of the factors that cause drought and understand how it affects our lives. The drought-prone regions in India are the dry and semi-dry regions of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, South Karnataka, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Central Maharashtra, Kerala, Bihar, and Orissa. Droughts that happen in India can be broadly divided into two categories. Droughts are severe when rainfall in an area is below 50% of the average rainfall. When an area receives rainfall that is 25% less than the average rainfall, it is termed as a general drought. Based on their features and causes, droughts have been divided into three types. They are the seasonal drought, the water drought, and the agricultural drought. Seasonal drought occurs when there is little rain for a prolonged period. Lack of water in water resources such as rivers, lakes, and ponds is called a water drought, and lack of crops is called an agricultural drought. A drought occurs due to several factors. The most common factor for a drought is scarce rain or no rain at all. Destruction of forests is another reason for droughts. Cutting the trees leads to a situation called the global warming. In this kind of a situation, the temperature of the earth rises sharply and causes less rainfall. Overuse of agricultural land is another cause of droughts. As the population grows, more and more food is needed to feed the growing number of people. As farmers grow more crops, the land becomes unfit for growth of vegetation. Less vegetation also leads to droughts. Growing more crops require a lot of groundwater. Depleting groundwater level, accompanied by the absence of rain, also leads to a drought. Farmers are the worst victims of drought. Their failure to grow crops leads to unemployment in the villages. In addition to that, scarcity of food grains leads to large-scale starvation in villages. Cattle breeding in villages suffer because there's no fodder for the animals to eat. As a result, the animals start dying. Death of livestock leads to financial losses for those who are into animal husbandry. So far, we have seen the damages caused by the droughts. Now let us see how we can cope with them. We can store rainwater to prevent droughts. For this, we need to dig ponds to collect the rainwater. We can also build dams to collect excess rainwater. Good rainfall occurs only when there is sufficient vegetation to trap the moisture. We should plant more trees to avoid droughts. Nearly 35% of land should be earmarked as green belts. Regions that receive excess rainfall may share the extra water with the parched and dry regions. Water supply to the agricultural fields in the parched regions can be increased by rainwater harvesting, canal irrigation, and building contour bunds. Along with water sharing, the farmers can also insure their crop to prevent financial losses. As we can see, droughts can wreak havoc and lead to loss of crops, vegetation, and human and animal life. Planting trees, harvesting rainwater, building dams to store excess rainwater, and crop insurance are some of the measures that we can take to cope with droughts.